Today's the day. The two 10K eggs that I've been waiting on, I finally got. The one of them I got up in New York, and the one of them I got down here in Florida. So today, I'm at 9 kilometers out of 10, and I'm about to go for a walk, and I'm gonna see what happens when they hatch. And I wanted to know if the influence from the area can affect what comes out of the egg, which I think has been proven for the most part, but I want to see how drastic it is over such a radical distance. So, before I get into eggs and everything, which I probably won't get too into until I actually hatch them, I wanted to talk about Generation 2. Because Nick from Trainer Tips had a really good thing where he was talking about why Niantic hasn't released Generation 2 and why it's been put off, and he raised some really valid points about Niantic wanting to avoid problems, wanting to avoid trouble, wanting to avoid a bunch of things, because let's be honest, some people were really stupid when they were playing this game, and they got hurt, they got killed, something bad happened to them while they were playing this game. So they removed features to prevent those, such as the tracker being removed. When we saw a spike in incidents, we saw all sorts of things. Anyway, anything to keep people from staring at their phone while walking happened. And it's seeming to make a lot of sense. So Nick said they're waiting to see if they can make it safer in order to release Generation 2. Because there was a press release and there was a statement released by the president of something I don't remember. Should have probably researched that one. But the man released a statement saying, "We're currently making Pokemon Go safer for you. Please stay tuned," or something to that effect, where he was hinting at this game becoming safer. Now, nobody really knows for sure what it is, but I think we have a hint. Just recently, there was something added to roads at nighttime where the roads are highlighted. And I'm thinking that they're putting a lot of emphasis on roads. They did the whole can't go over 20 miles an hour else the game basically shuts off, right? No tracking of distance, no Pokemon spawns, and no spinning of Pokestops. So this game is completely obsolete now in any form of vehicle that can go over 20. But they still seem to be weary of that. So they're putting emphasis on roads, and I'm hoping they don't, but it might be a possibility that they're going to remove spawns from main roads or some of the bigger roads in the area. As of current, I work at an outlet mall that's on the interstate. They collect a lot of mobile data from the interstate for sure, because you have a GPS, you have your phone on your GPS, which is mobile data. You have all sorts of stuff like that. You have people on their phones in the passenger seats, in the back seats of the car, just going on the interstate. So there has to be a copious amount of mobile data there. And I'm currently at a shopping mall. This mall was just recently built a little bit after the release of this game. So there's nothing there in terms of this game, but this is a huge developed complex and still nothing spawns in it. It's right on the interstate. So it's definitely a thing for them to add a no spawn zone, as we've seen it in the past with graveyards where they opt out of the service, or private property they opt out of the service, or even military bases. I think there's a distinct possibility. It would be very unfortunate if they did such a thing, but I think we might see them add no spawn zones to roads and then follow up with a release of Generation 2. Regardless of whatever safety implementations you have, this game is going to be not safe always. So, with all that out of the way, now I want to go hatch those eggs. So I'll cut the camera, and once it gets back up, the eggs will have already hatched, and we will watch it together. So I will see you then. Alright, so I did it, and they are about to hatch. Let me... Awesome. Great. Cool. Love pincer. I don't have a ton of them. I hope that was the one from down here, and I hope this one's really good. Okay. Alright, so I learned this is the one from New York, which, I mean, it proves at least one point that there is something to regions in terms of where we get our eggs and what's in areas versus what's in eggs. Because I don't think I've ever gotten an onyx from a 10K down here, but I do know that at the time when I got the egg up there, there was a couple of nests nearby that were onyx nests. So it proves something. Doesn't really prove that much though. Down here in Daytona, I have frequently gotten eggs that were 10Ks and would yield pincer. I actually recall on 3 occasions where I got a pincer from an egg, and me and a bunch of my friends, we freaked out about it because it was horrible. And that proves to me at least that it's reliable to get a pincer from a 10-kilometer egg down here. And I have a guy coming up behind me, so I'm gonna cut the camera. Okay, I'm back. And what I was saying before was I get pincer from 10Ks down here more than I would really like, but I've never gotten onyx from a 10K down here. So to me that proves at least a little bit where you get your eggs has a huge impact on what comes out of them. Now bear in mind, I could be totally wrong, and it could be the same chances of you getting the same things out of an egg anywhere that you get it. I might have had the same chance of getting the onyx from an egg that I got here or there, or from Jamaica for all intents and purposes. But I think that this shows a little bit because New York is more of a mountainous area and it's more of a rugged terrain, so it's probably listed under the mountain habitat or whatever the corresponding habitat for that would be, which to me would indicate onyx as a more likely hatch than pincer or scyther. Out of everything that I've seen on this, in terms of what I've hatched from a 10K, pretty much everything down here that I've hatched has been fire type, electric type, bug, or water. And I haven't hatched anything really that was rock type or anything interesting like that. I don't think I've gotten onyx. I know I haven't gotten onyx. I don't think I've gotten a Snorlax, or I know I haven't gotten a Chansey or anything like that out of a 10K. So I think this does have something to do with it. So if you ever go traveling, try to pick up a 10-kilometer egg and see what you hatch from it, because I think it would be something really interesting to see if we start doing long-term 10Ks and we see what comes out of those eggs, because I personally have never gotten onyx out of a 10-kilometer egg. I'm not really that happy about it, but at least it shows something. At least it wasn't another pincer, because there's a really good chance that there would have been footage of me breaking my phone if I got 2 pincers out of 10Ks. So that's pretty much it for this one. I don't really have too much more to add, and I'm kind of trying to keep my videos shorter. I tend to ramble, and today actually I ran off a script, so that's helping to keep it down. But I think, I mean, if you just stick with me, once I start getting a better camera that's not a GoPro with a wide angle lens, and I actually get access to something better than the current editing software that I have now, I think I'll be able to be putting out some pretty quality videos, and I think it'll be worthwhile for both of us. So keep tuned and let me know in the comments if you guys have found anything involved with 10Ks where if you hatched a 10K from somewhere else, something weird came out of it. I really don't have too much more to say. I mean, I'm I'm pretty bummed. I'm really bummed. I would have liked pretty much anything than what I got. Anything that I just haven't had yet. I don't know, man. I don't know. I hate Pinsir now. Pinsir sucks. I named a Pinsir a bad word because I got it out of a 10K. But it's gonna be it for this one. Stay tuned. And hopefully we can get some more information on Gen 2 out. And I'll try to keep you guys updated whenever I start coming up with some decent stuff. So thanks for watching, and see you next time.